Mark Sievers solicited, conspired, and arranged the murder of Teresa Sievers. Mark Sievers arranged and agreed to pay for this murder. And Curtis Wainwright and Jimmy Rogers would travel from Missouri to Florida and would murder Teresa Sievers.
Mr. Wright, who killed Dr. Teresa Sievers?
Jimmy Rogers and I physically did it.
Why did you do it?
I was asked to do it.
By whom?
Mr. Sievers. We met in high school, I believe. It was either 9th or 10th grade. And we've maintained a friendship over the years.
Let's talk about your wedding. Who did you marry?
Angela.
And the wedding was on, you said May 2nd?
Yes.
Of 2015?
Yes.
Did you invite Mr. Sievers to participate in that wedding?
Yes, I did. Best man.
Did Mr. Sievers bring Dr. Sievers with him?
No.
Did he bring his daughters?
No.
Came by himself?
Yes. The night before he came to Missouri, he sent me a text message telling me that he had something personal that he needed to talk to me about. He didn't say what it was. He said that he'd hoped that we'd have some time to be able to talk privately. Our wedding was at noon. We got everybody together the day before.
Was Jimmy Rogers a guest at the wedding festivities that weekend?
Yes.
What was your relationship with Mr. Rogers?
As friends.
Was your friendship with Mr. Rogers the same kind of friendship that you had with Mr. Sievers?
No.
Did Mr. Rogers and Mr. Sievers become friends that night?
I wouldn't think that would be called a friendship. At some point during the day, that afternoon, he asked me if we could go somewhere and talk privately. So we went back to my bedroom, closed the door where that could happen. He told me that he and Teresa were having marital problems. He told me that she was having an affair, and that they were having financial problems as well.
Did you have any proof that she was having an affair or that they were having any financial problems or anything like that?
No.
You took his word for it?
Yes.
That Saturday now, you're out there at the park, you're getting things together as you were explaining for your wedding to your wife Angela.
Yes.
What did he say at this time?
He brought the situation back up. This time he told me that Teresa was actually leaving him, that she was taking the children and taking them out of state.
Did y'all have another discussion?
Yes. He brought it up again, told me, that she was leaving him, that he couldn't let her take the kids away from him.
Did he ask you to do anything?
He said that he needed to have her killed as soon as possible. He said that there was a lot of insurance and that he had at least $100,000 to offer to have it done.
How did Jimmy Rogers get involved?
Jimmy has let me know in the past that his past criminal activity, that he's been involved in things like this. So the only person that I know that might have wanted to be involved in this would have been Jimmy. He suggested using the anonymous prepaid calls. He told me that when he got home he was going to go get one and that he would wanted me to do the same.
When did you leave Missouri to come to Florida?
We left Saturday morning, Mr. Rogers and I.
Did he bring anything with him to Florida?
Yes.
What did he bring?
He brought two these one-piece coveralls. They were something he used at work.
What's the purpose of bringing coveralls to Florida in June?
Not to leave evidence. But we got back there about 10:30. Mark's idea was that if it was going to happen at the house, that that he thought that making it look like she came home and interrupted a burglary in progress.
Where were you when she got home?
I was in the middle of the garage. Mark has a motorcycle, so I was admiring his motorcycle when the garage door started to open. It seems like there was a pile of boxes or something maybe right there with the motorcycle. I dove down behind those so that the lights wouldn't hit me. I couldn't. I was kind of trapped. I couldn't really go anywhere at that point.
And when she entered the house, what did you do?
I panicked. She stopped when she opened the door and sat her purse down and turned around to grab her bag, her luggage. She had been looking right at me. I jumped up and I followed her into the house. At that point that I caught up to her, she was right at the countertop. There's a dog dish in that little hallway. I've kicked it, tripped over it. I'm not sure the right term, but I've hit that thing with my foot. The dog dish went flying, water went everywhere. She jumped and started to turn towards me.
When she started to turn towards you, what did you do?
I hit her. I hit her with the hammer. She didn't seem to respond much. I thought that it would knock her out. I didn't hit her hard enough. She continued to turn towards me. She put her hands up and was trying to defend herself. She was surprised. I actually think that she thought I was Mark. She said, "Why?"
State of Florida versus Mark D. Sievers, case number 15 CF 673B. Verdict. We, the jury, find as follows as to the defendant in this case. Count 1, first-degree murder. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder. Conspiracy. The defendant is guilty of conspiracy. So say we all, December 4th, 2019, by the foreperson.